Okay. All right. So today I want to kind of show you guys how to dip in a little bit to more some of the more great accommodations through Disney. There are, I mean, obviously everybody knows the resorts. However, give me a second. There we are. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So I'm going to go into my Disney travel agent website. And if you don't know, when you first sign into it, this is the first page you're going to come to. If you haven't registered with them already, first time here, you're going to go through create a new account and you'll follow those step by step. If you have any questions when filling it out, don't hesitate to ask. If you're already registered, then obviously you sign in. And yes, I'm scatterbrained, so I do autofill. I know you're not supposed to, but it just makes it that much easier to get in and out of my site. And Disney, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes it just seems like it takes forever. And I think it's because there's so many people that are probably on the site. Okay. So over here, this is your booking portal. This is where you're going to book trips. You're going to look up itineraries, things like that. Like I said, everybody knows about the resorts. This one is Disneyland Resort, Disney Cruise Line, Alani, that's the Hawaii Resort and Spa. Hilton Head Island Resort, that is one that they have in South Carolina. They also have a Vero Beach Resort, that one's in Florida. And then you got obviously tickets only, and then Disneyland Resort tickets only. Right here under here, though, we have WDW, which is Walt Disney World, more great accommodations. And this one is DLR, Good Neighbor Hotels. That's Disneyland Resort, Good Neighbor Hotels. So if you go on Walt Disney World Resort, that's going to pop up with all of the different resorts that are actually on site. Those can get a little pricey sometimes. Sometimes you might find a better deal. But a lot of times you got families that they have, say, more in their party than Disney World has accommodations for in their resorts. I know, like, I want to say the value resorts like animation, and the music, the pop music, and those might have villas. Same with Animal Kingdom, the Wilderness Lodge, things like that. But a lot of times they do not accommodate more than maybe 5 guests, and sometimes you would have to get like connecting room. Your option is more great accommodations. So I'm just going to click on the more great accommodations. And what this is these are hotels and condos outside of the Disney World Resort that you can still book through, and they still give you the same features as if you were staying at Disney World itself. Like they still have early park admission with the tickets. That you can still purchase tickets with this and bundle them. So you get those promotions too. Most of them also have free shuttle to and from the airport and to the resorts or the hotel. They also have free transportation to the parks as well. So I'm just going to go ahead. Pretty much Disney, I'm not looking like anything left in this year because it's pretty much booked up. Most of the places are going to be booked up. They got their Christmas thing going on. They've got, I don't know if you ever watched the Macy's Day Parade or the Disney Parade that they do the day after Thanksgiving, but they shut the whole park down sometimes to do some of those events. So it's very, very difficult to get in on certain dates during the holidays. Because you have to think, when people are booking Disney, like they've planned for this trip. They've saved the money, they've done everything they can, pinched pennies and whatever to make this trip. So I'm just gonna go in. I put in for like possible spring break dates. I always like going to Disney World in April because they have the Flower and Garden Festival in Epcot, and that is like one of my favorite things to see. They do all the gardens and the topiaries up in like Disney characters and stuff, and it's just really neat. And it's kind of leisurely. It's not as crowded. I've been there. I've been in Disney World I'd probably say at least 10 times in my lifetime. And every time I go, Epcot is like my favorite place. It's kind of the adult park because you can you can't say this, but you can drink around the world at Epcot. Okay, so I'm just going to put in 2 children. Most families are a family of 4, so we're just going to do 2 adults, 2 children. I put ages 10 and we'll say 12. And then we're going to find reservation or find accommodations that hopefully. And I'm doing this so I can show you that sometimes this is a more affordable way to go to Disney World. We went in 2018 was our last trip to Disney, and it was like a family trip. So there was I want to say like 10, maybe 11 of us that went. And we ended up booking a condo. It was kind of like we had like 2 of them side by side. So all of us kids, I guess you can say, kind of stayed in the one, and then the adults, parents, our parents or whatever, stayed in the other one. And it was just a lot cheaper than booking a resort on grounds with 11 people. And like I said, you would have had to probably get like anywhere from 2 to 4 rooms to accommodate that many people on the resort itself. So these are just different hotels that are linked to Disney. These are good neighboring hotels. So I'm just going to click on the very first one that I see. Actually, we're going to do the Home to Suites because I like Home to Suites by Hilton. Those are nice ones. So I'm going to click on this one, maybe. It's thinking about it. Gotta love the internet. Okay, and this room right here, this is a studio suite, 2 queen beds and a full sleeper sofa. So for 4 people, I would say that that is more than enough. They got 2 queen beds, so if the parents want to sleep in their own bed, they can, and throw the kids on the couch, or however they want to do it, they've got plenty of room. So we're going to keep this one. I may have upgraded just a little bit. And this is what it's showing right here in this package. Okay, this is another thing that's going to pop up. Anytime you go to do a reservation that includes tickets, it's going to ask you if you want to see availability. The reason that it does that is because it wants to make sure that the dates that you are choosing, you can actually get into the parks. So you just click on see availability. If you see right here in that orange or like peachish color right there, that means only some parks are available. Magic Kingdom on these dates in November, this month, today, through most of Thanksgiving and everything, it is not open. And like I said, it's because of the holidays. They do the parade for Thanksgiving and things like that. So that is why. You can still get into all the other ones. They have little green check marks here. That means those are all available. However, Magic Kingdom is not available for those dates. So you always want to check your availability. The same here. This is going to be Christmas Eve through New Year's Eve. They have a lot of their celebrations. They do the Christmas parades, things like that. So again, on these dates in the end of December, you got Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom that are both not available on those dates. So always check availability before you book tickets. And we did for April. So we're going to April. And we are all good because all of April right now is all in the green, which means all four Disney parks are open. All right, so I'm gonna go back up here and click off of that, close that out. Okay, now this is showing the standard price, April 1st through the 7th, 2 adults, 2 children, ages 10 and 12. This is the resort. It's going to be a studio suite, 2 queen beds, and a full sleeper sofa. Right here, it says theme park ticket. This is a 7-day ticket with admission to 1 park per day. I'm going to go and edit this. Even though they are going 7 days, you have to realize that that first day when they get there, they're not going to want to go to the parks until a certain time. Most likely they're going to have kind of jet lag, or they're just going to relax for the day, or they might get in too late and not even be able to get into the park. So I go and edit this, and I'm just going to do for 5 days. That way it gives them a day in the beginning that they can kind of rest and get, situated into their hotel. And it gives them a day at the end before they have to travel back home to kind of relax, and they can just hang out at the hotel or, get caught up on whatever they need to. Believe me, after 1 day of a Disney World theme park, you're going to need rest time. So I would just do a 5-day ticket with admission to 1 park per day. And then down here, you can add Park Hopper. That's just for the base ticket. I'm going to go ahead and do the Park Hopper Plus option. And that one actually includes same-day admission to all 4 theme parks, plus visits to a water park or other fun activities. So we're just going to go with the whole shebang. We're going to give them top line, whatever it is. So now they can get into all 4 main theme parks, plus the 2 water parks, plus I believe the sports park. This right here is the tickets with Disney Genie Plus service. I see this asked a lot. Genie Plus cannot be purchased pre-arrival for purchase on a day of your visit to a Walt Disney World theme park, and it is subject to availability. So let's just say like the 2nd of April, I'm going to this park. I cannot get that Genie Plus service until April 2nd when I'm actually entering into that park. And it is not guaranteed that I'm actually going to be able to purchase it. So right now, the Genie Plus is kind of a 50-50 thing. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You definitely need to let your clients know that if they decide they want the Genie Plus, explain to them how that works and just let them know you might want to wait. You can purchase it, once you get there. But it's kind of a crapshoot. Okay, so then let's go. Sorry, I think my tab here is covering up my. There we go. And then I just click done. And then this is the standard price. And we already checked on that, so I can go ahead and close that out. You can add ground transportation. I believe that is for a rental car. So if they decide they want one, if they're just planning on going to the theme parks and stuff, I had a client that we decided that it was probably better for them to just go And then once they got there, the hotels and stuff usually have at their concierge desk or their service desk or front desk, you can get car rentals once you get to the hotels. So if they choose to, they can do it that way, or they can even still call you and say, hey, we decided to add a car to it, and you can still book it for them and get the commission for it. So there's options there. So I'm not going to select that I need transportation. So let's go back. Oh, oops, I think I went back too far. Okay. So this is just showing standard price. This is for the days that how many, and this is not including air either. So if they're going to be flying in, that's another thing. That'll be something that you would probably do it through an instant commission. Disney used to include flight packages until COVID hit, and then they just kind of did away with all that due to cancellations, and it just, they weren't getting the money for it. So they just kind of canceled flights altogether with their packages. Okay, so then down here, this is the subtotal at the moment. This is your subtotal for the package. This is what your commission's going to be. So 3866.66, that's your total. From that, the commission would be 357.88. And just know that out of that 357.88, you're going to get 80% of that actually paid to you, because 10% always goes to Archer and the other 10% goes to whoever your mentor or your gold or whoever is. And then if you check out, it's going to take you to this. Come on, Woody. He thinks a lot in a while. Come on. There it goes. Okay. And then this is going to show you right here. If they want to book it, they can just do a deposit. It's so far out that they can, all they have to pay today would be $200. And then they would just have to pay it off by the time March 2nd came around. So as long as it's paid off like 30 days in advance, the month before they're supposed to depart, everything should be good. But this is where you're going to add in all your guest information, their names, ages, things like that. Then you'll do the payment information. This is right here, this other amount. That's if they decide they wanted to pay, like say they wanted to put 500 down for their deposit instead of the 200 that it's requiring, they can do that there. So when you put other amount, you can type it in here and you can make it like say 500 or however much they want to do. This right here is if you want to hold that price, it is good. You can hold it for 3 days. After that 3rd day, though, you cannot guarantee that that price is going to still be the same. Disney is one that gets booked up really, really quick. So if you don't hold it, then you can almost guarantee when you go to look the next day, it's not going to be there. It'll be booked up, or the price will be like way, probably a couple hundred extra. Down here is the option to pay with a Disney gift card or a Disney Rewards redemption card. So if they have like, I think like the Disney Vacation Club, or they're in any of those things, even Disney Plus, I believe, or any of those kinds of memberships, this is where you're going to add that information in if they decide they want to redeem any of their rewards. And then this is going to send a confirmation email to whatever address that you are linked up to, whichever one you signed up with them with. It'll send you a confirmation. When it sends you that confirmation, I usually go through it and I edit it before I forward it to my client. You want to make sure that everything in there that you're branded in it. And there's some extra stuff sometimes that they put in, like disclaimers, things like that, that your client really doesn't need to know. And you want to make sure that it does not have your commission amount in there either. So those are just some things to look for when it emails you. So you always just want to make sure that you get the email before you send it to your client. And that is about the Great Accommodations. Let me see. Go back to the original page. And you can do the same thing for Disneyland resorts. That would just be under the DLR, Good Neighboring Hotels. But I just wanted to show that it doesn't just have to be Walt Disney World resorts. The Great Accommodations, like you saw, I was able to add the tickets, bundle the tickets with it and everything like that. And I still got a family of 4 to go to Disney World for 5 days to all the theme parks, including the extra theme parks, all for under $4,000. So that's not including airfare though. So if I was going to add airfare and they're not really picky on, like which airline, I would probably go through Southwest just because they have really good deals right now. And they could probably get all 4 of them there under maybe $500. So $4,500, give or take. A family of 4 is now enjoying their entire vacation at Disney World, and they didn't break the bank. About $1,000 per person ish, a little over, but doable. So that's what I have for that. So I'm gonna open it up. So if you want to, it looks like everybody else kind of dropped off or something. So David, if you want to open up your mic, if you have any questions or if you'd like me to go over anything, we can do that now.
It was pretty straightforward, hon.
I try.
No,
like I try to keep it.
That was awesome. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I know people are so rude. I couldn't believe they left.
It happens. Things happen, it happens. But I'm glad you stuck around with me.
I would turn my camera on, but I don't want to scare you. I just woke up right before your training. Yeah.
You're just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and stop my recording real quick. Oh, as soon as I find out where I had to move my stuff here.
So Sam, outside of this, like outside of all the training, that's like in the Infinity